Hello. Today we're going to talk about how to build the knowledge metaverse. In the next 7 minutes, I'll take you on a journey that shows what you can do today in this environment. And this is actually a short version of a presentation I did not long ago, July 1st, in Asia at the leadership conference for a number of dignitaries and heads of state. And normally, what do I do in this presentation? It's my fourth year at this time to present. I'm talking about the future, how Merge XR can use to illuminate your world by adding digital twin data and experiences, how you can virtually in the future teleport yourself to a real place in real time to conduct multi-user remote spatial meetings, to experience the campus of the future with things like teleporting or mixing reality, how this will impact citizens in our cities when it comes to decisions, how workers will be enabled by this. However, this time I did something different. This time I focused on seeing what's possible today. And that's what I'm going to do in the next few minutes with you also. So, to illustrate that, I'll use three of our products. The first one is EON-XR, which is allow you to go from physical to digital. An XR educational content platform that does not require any coding and works on almost any device. So what is this doing? In short, what it does enables you to import data from 1.1 million data points that we have, or you create your own by digitally copying them, and then once you do that, you bring them to life and inject knowledge in it. And once you've done that, then you are able to publish this to what 4 billion people have in their pockets today, which is a mobile device or a headset or anything you can think of, okay? So that's the idea. Now, this is used for education, but what people don't realize that it's not only education. It's also used for things like, for example, aerospace. So we've had multiple contracts with the US Air Force that use this for training, etc. We're also working with many companies, energy companies. One of them is right here in California. It's one of the world's largest energy companies. And they are using it for mitigating power failures amid heat waves and other scenarios. We are using it in the development world, and then it's used for things like TVET training, etc. And of course, we're also using it for safety. How about pharmaceutical labs to prevent leaks in using something we call safety proximity warning system, which warns you if you are too close to something that can be dangerous or a leaked environment. So that proximity sensor is triggered. You can hear that little vibration when it's happening. So those are some usages, but there are many, many more. So people in Spain using it, robots for manufacturing, how to train students to do just that. Or one of the larger hospitals here in California that are using this for pediatric treatment to decrease stress and anxiety in patients when they are about to be treated or analyzed. Or architecture to design for safety and security, or hospitality industry to prevent injuries with safety proximity warnings. So those are some examples of what you can do for learning both in industry and education with one product. How about the second one? This we call Merged XR, and there we go from digital to physical. So we are using AI-based knowledge injection that illuminates your physical world. So what does that mean? It means that I can scan, and it takes literally a minute, my boiler, for example, and once I do the scan, I can take the copy, the digital copy, and match it in 3 points, and then voila, then my physical boiler has annotation from the digital environment. And what you saw right there is a proximity sensor that was triggered in this environment. So let's have a look. So what happens is if I'm walking to the physical one, and the digital one will react when I'm coming too close and give me that proximity warning, okay, the danger. Now, one thing that you see is all these various types of annotations. For example, the water pump control heating system that are in the digital twin. How did I put them there? Historically, we have to do it manually. So we have to actually click on that and read with text to speech or voice to text and do that. Now, what we're doing with the Merge XR is something new, something different. Namely, we have the ability to create those automatically using artificial intelligence. Let me show you how. So here's an example.
Oh wow, that was
So 12 different memos. We have the memo. Let's see the joint concert all together now. This might be even enough to entice users who may not even see. So what that concert that you just heard there is simultaneously triggering the 12 knowledge portals like image, memo, voice, translate, video, PDF, locate, identify, quiz, add button, and 3D scan that instead of manually creating them have been generated. You wonder how? It's very simple actually. What we've done is we integrated artificial intelligence. So when you hold your phone against that water pump control heating system, AI goes to work. We integrated with Google, and then it recognizes and gives you a match of an image. So now we have an image match, and you say, yes, that's correct. Even if you don't know what the name of it is, you recognize and you see that there's the same thing. And then that generates the text, water pump control heating system. And now I know it's a boiler. The system knows it's a water pump control heating system. And it goes out to the internet and starts giving you suggestions and filling up the 12 knowledge portals. So for example, videos, it gives you 10 different videos suggestions that you pick one that is relevant for that training scenario. So it's a little bit like shopping, right? You walk from knowledge portal to knowledge portal and say, I like that one. No, I like this one. And then you basically select among them. You can obviously select another one that you want. But this way, these 20 different annotations that contain 20 multiplied with 12, lots of information is injected more or less automatically. Isn't that great? I think it is, because I've done a lot of lessons. Now, what can you do with this? You can do a lot of things. You can use this for boiler training. You can use it for information technology, to communicate and see how to repair, for example, if your internet is down, or to maintain your vehicles, or to get instruction about what to do when something goes wrong, or manufacturing processes, or agriculture, how you water your plants, or civic and social science in terms of museum and various activities. So it's endless. It's your imaginations that puts a stop to what you can do with the systems. Okay, not only can you do this, but you can also help industry. Safety, security, health, reduce the training cost, or improve productivity. So now I saved the best thing, so to speak, or the best of the last. So since I was a kid, I liked Star Trek. I would love to teleport myself from one location to the other. And I'm happy to share that now it is possible. You can teleport yourself with just a phone to a real place in real time, and together with your friends and colleagues, explore, discover, converse by walking around and interacting with the whole surroundings. It's possible. So let me just show you an example. So this example is an operation room, and my colleague is on a street, and he had to step outside because this operation room, it's 1.3 million facility. It's too big for his room. By the way, there you go. The Amazon truck just passes by. But what you see is the doctor. So the doctor is in San Francisco. The lady there to the left is in Saudi Arabia. They are communicating with each other. They can invite other people. They can talk. They can explain. And they can switch scenarios. So from this one to download any of the 1.1 million 3D assets. So whether it's a CNC machine or what have you, or it's a factory example. So it's a good example of that. So you enter in this space, and what he had to do here, he went on the street because the backyard wasn't big enough, the factory. And if he physically walks around holding his phone and encounters other people that do the same, and then the training master says, today we're going to do a training scenario in section 6C, and this is the scenario, and then they have to do it. And they actually practice that in that environment in real time, although they may not be in the same physical space. Okay, so that's the power of spatial meetings. Now, you are not limited to the 1.1 million 3D assets. You can also scan them. And the scanning is very easy. In this case, is Mesa Verde, is a location in Arizona for archaeology. Or you can teleport yourself to Catalonia for art and architecture lessons. It's possible. Okay. So that's spatial meetings, teleporting, group meetings, avatar, customization, etc. That's all possible. Now, what do you experience on the other side? So remember my boiler? What do I see if I'm in Singapore and I connect with it? You will see the boiler. you'll actually be able to walk to it. You'll be able to click on the things. You'll be able to look under the pipes. Everything you do in real life, of course, you can touch it, but you still have the proximity sensor. So if you go too close to a hot pipe, it's gonna. And this you can do for objects. You can do this for sections, or you can do that for a full environment. So in this case, when I was in Korea, they invited me for lunch. We went to Gangnam. It's a section there in Seoul. And then what I did is that after lunch, I said, give me a minute. I want to scan this street. So I scanned about 10 meters of the street. So that includes everything. It was pretty fast. I take the flowers. I could see what the cigarettes they're smoking. So I'm feeling like I'm there. Then I took that with me home. And then I invited my friends from Sweden, and we were doing Gangnam style. Joke apart, we were able to converse and feel how it is to be there. And this environment can be, of course, anything. And you think that's crazy? Let's see this one. So here I am in California. I'm in my sofa, practically speaking, and you can see that this is the sofa, this is the environment, and then I turn on spatial meetings, and suddenly I'm back 100 years in time in Catalonia, in a house there. So this is all possible. Now, remember that you saw a lot of avatars. So when you enter spatial meetings, you can select your avatar. You can select gender, you can select the age, the occupation, and then as you walk around with your phone, if you walk, the avatar walks. If you turn, the avatar turns. If you point on your phone, then it's pointing. Those are generic avatars, but we also are using now start to use personalized avatars. So the ability to have a person, a real person, scanned in a minute or so, which I've done with myself, is pretty freakish. And the reason you do it, you can see that lady's actually just behind me here. And then the personalized avatar, that gentleman is actually by the window there. Now, this is not just for fun or to increase the engagement from students, because students are creating most of the lesson experiences. So we have a competition now for 10 million experiences between now and next 12 months with prizes for $50,000. But we also do it to save lives. So here's a serious application. If it's critical, if you get in an accident, to know how to give CPR. So here, the nurse actually recorded herself doing that, and helping people to hands-on demonstrate the value. Now, you may think this is exciting and interesting. You want to join? How can you do that? There's two ways. One is, of course, to go to our website and purchase off the list, our product. These two new products are coming out officially in August. They're already under beta. And it's $36 per user a month for students and $55 for teachers. And there's a little bit higher pricing for the enterprise market. So of course, for a classroom, it starts to add on. If you want all three products, even for 30 people, can be quite a lot of money. Now, there is an opportunity for you if you're an educational organization interested in using this at scale. At scale means 5,000 users or more. And that's called the EON Research Grant Program. And what it is, in essence, if you apply and you get approved, you get these products at a fraction of the cost, because we want you to participate in joining this party and furthering this technology, using it for digital twin, for safety and security, for AI-based annotation, for many different things that we can do together, building the knowledge metaverse. And on that high note, if you want to learn more, you're welcome to join us anytime. Just reach out to me. My email is dan@eonreality. You can see that. You have my number there. And I will pass you on to one of our representatives, depending which region in the world you are. And on that high note, I thank you so much and looking forward to work with you.